You know, guys, sometimes you do stupid shit online, and years after watching back the video you did, you're like, the fuck happened? Why did I do that? And here, guys, is the perfect example. I wouldn't mind if it was not me, but it is. So the only moral of the story is probably, don't do drugs, kids. Hello everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new review concerning the FV4202. Why the FV4202? Because I was actually streaming a couple of hours ago and people asked me to play this tank. And it reminded me how shitty the tank is, but not a lot of people are aware of that, especially when you're a beginner. That's why I hope that with this video, you're gonna all understand why this tank is literally shit and you shouldn't try to grind it except if it's the only tier 10 remaining that you don't already have in your garage. So, FV4202, tier 10 British medium tank. People like it for the hash, people hate it for the hash as well. Overall, let's talk about the gun because that's the main feature of this tank. An amazing gun dispersion, an amazing DPM, an amazing reload time. I mean, the gun overall is amazing, but there is a problem. You have the choice between this one and this one. This one shots hit, therefore you increase the average penetration but you lower the damage that your shell does, or you can go for the hash one, which does 440 alpha damage with 210 millimeters of penetration. 210 millimeters of penetration at tier 10 is really low. That's why it makes this tank extremely situational, because let's face it, if you grind this tank to play it with the hit gun, don't grind it. It's only to play it with the hash gun. But it's extremely situational simply because it really depends on what kind of RNG and matchmaking you're gonna have. I mean, if you fall in the game with a mouse, a VK7201K, VK9001P, all these kind of tanks that are extremely armored, your hash are gonna become useless and it's gonna give you a disadvantage simply because you will not be able to penetrate them with gold shell, because your gold shells are not here to increase your penetration but just to increase your alpha damage. And that's the main problem I have with this tank, and that's why I don't like it at all. Now, for the rest of the equipment, for the mobility, it's pretty average, even mediocre on this tank. I really feel like the speed is way too low for a medium at tier 10. For the turn rate speed of both the turret and the engine and the track, sorry, I don't have anything to say. But the mobility overall, the top speed limit is horrible. You are freaking slow for a medium tank, and it shouldn't be the case. I mean, god damn it, a medium tank is not here to be slow, and that's the case of the FV4202. Now, cool stuff about the tank. I'm probably gonna show you on Armor Inspector, it's easier for me. So, as I told you, the armor profile. The armor profile of the tank is great if we take a look at the hull, because it has one of the biggest armored hull in the history of World of Tank Blitz, 340 millimeters, and if you are angling just a little bit, it becomes impenetrable for most people. Of course, you still have that lower plate here that is penetrable, but it's so small that people intend not to try to shoot there. Most of the time they will shoot at your turret, which is sometimes gonna bounce and sometimes not. It really depends on how you angle it. It depends on multiple factors, but overall, let's say that this tank is not really armored, especially on the turret. People will penetrate you most of the time, which is a problem. It's a problem because if you compare it with others mediums at tier 10, they nearly all have an impenetrable armor on the turret, except maybe the Object 140, because this tank is not as great as it used to be. But yeah, here you can really see the difference between the turret of the FV4202 and the rest of the tanks at tier 10. Now, I mean, it's a medium, so on the other sides of the tank, it's quite easy to penetrate it. Maybe something cool to notice, the fact that it has sad armor, so if you try to angle just a little bit, maybe you will be able to stop heat shells from penetrating your tank and therefore bouncing. But overall, don't count on this too much. Now, a cool factor, the 10 degrees of gun depression, because when you're using these 10 degrees of gun depression, you can actually increase a little bit the armor profile of your turret, which makes it harder to penetrate, even if most of the time people will penetrate, don't mind me, and it makes your frontal armor completely immune to shells, literally. So that's the FV4202 for you there into Armor Inspector. Now I should probably finish by showing you your equipment, or at least the one I'm using. I'm permanently using the gun rammer. I know people try to get to calibrated shell to increase a little bit your hash penetration, which can be a good idea. I don't mind it, but most of the time I would rather go for calibrated shell, for gun rammer, sorry. But here you can really go for both. And you know what? For the review, maybe I'm gonna go for calibrated shell just to show you. Well, no, you know what? No, I'm gonna stay with gun rammer because I'm used to it. After I go for the enhanced gun length drive, it reduces your aiming speed, and I go for the vertical stabilizer. Wow, I struggle. As well, to decrease as much as possible the reload time, and it also increases your accuracy during turret movement, which is something you're gonna need, especially if you're in a brawl fight against mediums and you want to shoot hash in order for you not to bounce. After I go for the defense system because I'm not gonna ram anybody, improved assembly because I don't have a turret that is armored enough for the enhanced armor to make a difference. After I go for the toolbox because enhanced track is useless, improved optics because I'm not a tank destroyer, I'm not gonna camp, engine accelerator to increase a little bit my top speed because I told you you're really gonna struggle against other mediums in terms of mobility. And finally, I am consumable to use adrenaline more often. Okay, so concerning the playstyle, I would say the best way for you to be effective with this tank is to find a reach line and use your gun depression. You have 10 degrees of gun depression, therefore if you play on the reach line you shouldn't struggle finding a good position. And also the fact that you don't have a really good turret armor makes it quite a weak tank if you try to peek. But to enforce that, you have a really good gun dispersion. If you use your gun dispersion, I don't know what I was about to say, but to sum up what I was saying, you have a good gun dispersion. Therefore, what you need to do is peekaboo on the reach line. That's all you need to do. And for those of you who don't know what peekaboo is, it's you go out of your position, you sneak a shot, and as soon as you just sneak the shot, thank you T22, that was worthless, but and as soon as you sneak your shot, you can try to come back to your original position. That's what we are gonna try here. Let's load a hash, wait to see if there is any medium tank trying to bother from here, but it seems like it's not the case. Here we have the Centurion. Can we sneak an hash maybe? Oh, nice, it went through. So yeah, when your hash are penetrating, you are a nightmare for your opponents because of course, yes, on the move, yeah, no problem, no problem, no problem. Literally no problem. Yeah, nice. Gotta love the... Okay, so no, I was saying you're gonna be a huge problem for your enemies if you can use your hash all the time. Of course, it's not gonna be the case. You're not gonna be able to use it all the time. When you can, make it count. Okay. Nice. 2. Okay, we bounced T62 away. Yeah, that's why I hate this tank. You're not sure to penetrate all the time. It's not like regular gold shells, and that's that little part of RNG that gets me every time and makes me want to sell the tank. The little part of RNG is quite annoying. Okay, come on, let's peek. T62A, bounce please. Nice, you missed. That's even better. Okay, 445. We bounce the T62A once more. WZ111 is not on us. Easy. I think he is now. Okay. You know what? Let's go around the corner. Oh, I missed my ash. Oh, it's frustrating to play this tank, guys. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you it's frustrating. 3, 2. Oh. Okay. Good. I'm not gonna bother here. So yeah, that's what is not good about this tank. The hash. Sometimes you're gonna penetrate. Sometimes you're not gonna penetrate. And the fact that you never know what is gonna happen, it's frustrating. Really frustrating. Okay, can we circle? No, we can't. Oh, we can. Okay, never mind. We didn't have to. Thank you, team, for helping us. Okay, good. For the first game, That was not bad. Not the best, but not bad either. We did a regular game, let's say. But yeah, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. And that's that frustrating factor that makes me hate the tank profoundly. So we're gonna go for another one. Hoping to get a... maybe either a bad or a good game. Because on both I can show you how bad or how good the tank can be. It's really a poker game with this tank. It's a poker game simply because with this tank it's either you're gonna penetrate everything with a hash or you're gonna bounce everything. So it's either you're gonna have the best time of your life or be frustrated. And that's why it makes it a bad tank in my opinion. Alright, so let's go. T-54E1, can we maybe sneak a shot? Ah, nice, that's gonna be a bad game. It feels like it's gonna be a bad game. For example, here if I had regular gold, I wouldn't have bounced the T-54E1 in the first place. But I did here. Okay. They have nobody here. Okay, let's try to be aggressive. Four, 3, 2. We use Arrogant Depression. I can't really use hash here. So let's focus straight with hash. Oh, missed. Okay, we gotta shoot straight into the weak spot of the Foch if you want to make us effective. Okay, good. 3. Okay, have time to kill the Foch. Nice, it went through with the hash. Okay, for the moment, it's an average game. I can't penetrate. See, that's what is frustrating. Here with the hash shell, I can't penetrate the T-54. Maybe I could with calibrated shell, it's possible, but he puts himself on the side. And again, the hash, man, the hash, it's frustrating. This kind of miss, you're like, god damn it, why? Ah! Stop missing! Pantoufleee, stop being a noob, please. Okay, here we go again. I'm gonna go for regular shells. If I can penetrate, I'm not gonna bother. 3, 2, 1. Nice, he's out. Okay. You know what? Maybe a good thing to do would be to push actively the Ice 4 and the T-125 both. Yes. I wanna get on the other side here, as I wanna circle them. I knew I was about to take the shots, but it's not a problem. Not really a problem. Yeah, here, can we penetrate? No, we can't, so we have to shoot with regular shells. That's what is frustrating. Having to... you don't know if you have to shoot with regular or not shells. Here, for example, we did the whole game with regular because it was impossible for us to penetrate most of them. And that's what is not good about this tank. The fact that when you want to shoot hash, you're not going to be able to. And when you don't want to shoot hash, you're going to shoot them. That's the FV4202 for you all. Not worth it. Don't go for it. And even if that's one of the few tanks you're missing in your garage, if you don't have a lot of credits, that's worthless. For example, here I won and still winning with a premium account. I lost credits. So yeah, it's a black hole of credits, the FV4202, so not worth it. Thank you all for following. Hope you enjoyed and see you soon for a new review.